Kirby, it had been a little while since this team has been able to get their hands on an interception. How good did it feel to get two today in the second half and kind of flip the game in the way you did?
Oh man, it felt amazing, man. First, I want to shout out God, man, just putting me in position to make that play, man. I feel like, man, it's all glory to God, and I just want to say thank you to my teammates, man. Teammates, and my coaches, man. I couldn't do it without them.
How much did how much did they coaches stress? Sorry, how much did coaches stress the takeaways today, especially AG? Dan said that was something you guys really emphasized, was a point of emphasis this week, and how nice is it then to come up big and get those couple?
I feel like it's always a big emphasis. I feel like really that's our philosophy, that's our identity, man, to take the ball away, especially on the back end, man, as DBs, man. That's what we're known for, you know what I'm saying? Especially me, man. My superpower, I feel like, man, is taking the ball away. So going out there to make plays. I felt like, man, really when I got my hand on the ball the first time, it got called back or whatever, I felt like something just ignited in me. And then now I was just like, I felt like I got my hands on the ball, man. I felt like I was ready to go, and I just kept getting them.
Your coach was in here talking about this week is sort of a fairy tale way to end this season, regular season, with that opportunity with the Vikings. What's your feeling now as this week is here?
I feel like, man, this game, man, I took into account this game, man. I really wanted that get back. I feel like, man, we came in here last year and, they beat us, man. So I still had that chip on my shoulder from last year. I know this game ain't, like they say in the media or whatever, this game didn't really mean much, but this game meant everything for me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we were just so close and we just came up short. So the feeling just to come back out here to San Fran and come back in the win. I know we started off slow on defense, but we were able to finish. I feel like this just shows our grit or our adversity. And I just love this team, man. I love this team so much. Oh yeah, yeah. That's another game too. I feel like it's a division. It's our division rival. I feel like, man, that game is just as important. I feel like every game is important, man. I don't look at no game lesser than the other, man. Every time I'm on the field, man, I'm giving my all. I'm giving 100%, man. Because, man, not everybody get to do this. You know what I'm saying? And this is something I love, man. I love waking up and coming out here and playing football. So just the ability to come out here, the opportunity to come out here, and man, I just feel like I cannot take this for granted.
Kirby, what was it like having the whole stadium chanting Jared Goff toward the end of the game?
I mean, that's everything, man. I feel like, man, JG deserves it, man. Like, JG's been with this team longer than me, so he's seen like the ups and downs that this team has been through, and I've seen some too. But the adversity JG has been through, man, I just feel like that's just everything, and how he's playing his performance now. It's just shout out to that man right there, man. Shout out Ben Johnson, man. That man, he crafty, man. Man, yeah. Man, I envisioned it. I don't feel like I imagined it. I mean, I knew this was gonna happen. I just felt like, man, I didn't really put a number on it, man. I just wanted to lead the pack. I wanted to separate myself. I wanted to be different. I want to be great in this league, man. I don't want to be no average Joe. I don't want to be good. I want to be great. I want to be able to say, yeah, I deserve that gold jacket one day. So I feel like, man, every year, man, I just keep getting better, man. I don't think I'm ever gonna stop.
Was there any extra motivation trying to get this win for Jared playing against his hometown team you hadn't beaten in a while, team that beat you guys last year in the NFC Championship?
He from San Francisco? Oh, you? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we had to beat that. I forgot your question. I ain't gonna lie. Oh yeah, super. Like I said, man. Last year, man, I left here, man, with a chip on my shoulder. I knew I'd be back. You know what I'm saying? When I saw the schedule, man, this was like early in the year, but when I saw that schedule, man, I was so happy because it ain't nothing to come back and finish the job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just happy we got this done, man. I just love this team. I love how we stick together, and I love how we just play through adversity.
You talk, you speak about loving this team, but we saw that like little scuffle in the early in the game. Just why was that important to step up for Terrion in that moment?
Yeah, I don't play that. No, I don't play that, especially about my rook, man. That's my rook. I don't let nobody play with my rook, man. That's my rook. I'm the only one that get to, you know what I'm saying, mess them up and do whatever I do, man. But I don't play that, man. I feel like, man, I'm my brother's keeper, man, and I feel like when my guys are in trouble, man, it's my job to protect them. I want to say I apologize to my team, man, because I put us in a rough situation. I have to keep my cool on that, but also, man, I'm gonna ride for my brother and I'm gonna protect him no matter what, right or wrong. But I'm gonna have his back.
When you're clicking on all cylinders the way you are versus hook and ladders, I mean, it just seems like you're having an absolute blast out there.
Yeah, for sure. I'm having an ultimate fun out there, especially with winning. The way we playing ball right now, it just gives me excitement. Even when somebody else scored. Jameer scored that last touchdown, I was so excited, but I was just so tired. You won't see me on the field just holding my hands up. So, just playing ball with the guys who make explosives and make plays, bring me excitement.
When you came in, it was a lot of deep ball. That rookie year, you're contributing in so many different ways now, taking these end arounds, hooking ladders. I mean, when you're finding all these different ways to score, how much does that open up the offense?
It opened up a lot, because it just showed that like we multi-cylindered. A lot of people could do a lot of different things, from trick plays to reverses to short routes to deep routes to everything, It just gives everybody else an opportunity to open up what they can do, including me. So, shout out to Ben with the way he masterminds his offense and, the way he put in work and put in time behind knowing what the opposite defense is going to do and stuff like that. So he know what to call, when he see what he sees. So, it's just on us to just go out there and make the plays.
How about the hook and lateral play? Can you take us through that? At what point in that play did you know you not only had the first down but a touchdown?
Probably when I got it, I seen Saint had tight coverage, and I kind of like on my peripheral, I seen somebody kind of running with me from the other side. But once I got it and I turned the corner and I seen the safety, I think 29 took the wrong angle. He took the angle under the O line. So once I seen that, I already knew it's about to go there.
TP gave you a good block on that one?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that's who it was. It probably wasn't the O-line, it was probably TP right there. The safety went under his block, so once he went under his block and took the wrong angle, I already knew I just got to hit it.
That last hooking ladder you had, I think you didn't get the blocks on you.
Yeah.
As soon as you get that block, it's
Yeah,
over.
for sure. That's key.
How many times did you practice that? Or did it always
We
work to
probably
practice?
practiced it like 2-3 times this week, but we don't really need that much practice on it. We just need for it to work one time in practice, go over it and it works. So, it's able to be called in the game. So that's all we need.
What was the selling today?
I did a Dougie on the first touchdown. Then the second one, I didn't know what to do. I just Dion. I hit the Dion, and I jumped in the crowd, act like I was a fan. So.
That's the first time in the pro you had stepped in the end zone?
Is it the first time did
As
I?
a pro?
No, I think I did it. I did it versus Seattle. I did it versus Seattle. Yeah, I did it versus Seattle.
What are your thoughts about next week playing the Vikings with everything at stake?
Big game. We just gotta go out there and do what we do. Everybody know what we do. We just gotta go out there and do what we do.
How much were you thinking about that today, or were you able to completely?
Nah, I really wasn't. We had the 49ers in front of us. We get us a day off, and then we'll focus up on Minnesota.
How important was it to get them back a little bit now that it's done?
It wasn't like on our minds. They was just in the way of something that we gotta go do. It's a game on the schedule that was scheduled. Once the games get scheduled, you got to go out there and play. So, we just wanted to go out there and play, and, that's it. We wasn't looking for too much revenge. Just looking for a win.
Going in as to how Dan Campbell was going to play that, clearly this was nothing but a go out there and win type situation.
Yeah, I think that's just who we are as a team. Whoever's going to be out there, we're going to roll it out there and give it our best, and I think that's part of our culture.
What was the difference between the first and second half? You guys are down by 8 at the break, and then you just came out running in the second half.
I think defense came up huge with a couple turnovers there, and then we finished in the red zone there at the end, and that was huge.
How big is it when they get those takeaways, you turn those both into touchdowns? How much does that change the game?
Big time. That's complimentary football 101, and that's what playoff teams are supposed to do, so that was huge for us.
Over 400 yards of offense tonight in this game. What did you like most about what you guys were able to do?
Running the ball. I felt like we could ran the ball all night, and it was good to get the line of scrimmage moving and get jaw going.
14 wins, the big one coming up next week. Just some thoughts looking ahead with everything on the line Sunday night at Ford Field in downtown Detroit.
Like Coach Campbell, it's like everything you can ask for and more. What more could you ask for? Competing for the division, competing for the first round bye at home with our fans. It's going to be rocking. It'll be a pretty special night.
I know Detroit lost against them last year, and I know when I had a chance to be in Green Bay, they took it from us too in a game right before the Super Bowl. So happy we got the dub, man, and just happy to get this win, man, get back home and see the family.
What was the biggest difference between the first half and the second half defensively?
Just adjustments for the defense. It was some things that they was hitting us with, more of the boots to slow us down in the pass rush. But obviously we got a hang of it, and we made some plays in the backfield to shake Purdy up a little bit. So just happy we got the dub, man.
How big is it to see Kerby come away with those 2 picks?
Oh, that's big, man. He's been talking about it for the past 3 weeks, man, and I'm so happy that he got 2 tonight. That put him in the lead, right? Yeah, man. So he can keep that, man. Hopefully get 2 more next week, man. I'm just happy for him, man. A young cat that's basically trying to get paid and take care of his family, so I'm just happy for him.
Final thing from me, just thoughts looking ahead to next week, everything on the line. You know this team well coming in here.
Yeah, we was talking about it yesterday when they actually won. I told the guys, man, I'd rather win it at home anyway. It'll feel more special. So we're going to go to work when we get back, man. I think Coach going to give us a day off, and then we come in Tuesday, man, and we get to going on the Vikings. Yes, sir.
Was there misdirections of you guys?
Yeah, it was more the boots. Obviously, we had to play our keys. That's why we were slow, basically pass rushing. But, you know, we made some adjustments. We brought some pressure. And, obviously, we made some plays, man, and got it done. Yes, sir.
What was Dan's message just coming into this game? And, you know, with the standings, it didn't mean much, but clearly it meant something to you guys.
Oh, man, you know, Coach, he talked about it all week, man. He showed the film of the last couple of plays from last year in that game. When we lost, but man, I'm just glad we got the dub, man. Focus on next week. We're 14-2, man. There's nothing else we could do, man, but go 15-2. So hopefully we get the dub next week, man. We're gonna lock in and study, man, and get ready for them boys next Sunday.
About the hook and lateral, not only get the first down but get the touchdown. What's it like to see a play like that wind up with a touchdown?
I mean, we've run that like 4 times this year. We run it a bunch. We just run it a bunch of different ways. I think one thing that's really cool about our offense is we're not afraid to try different things. We're not afraid to mix it up. We know as long as we execute the play properly, it should work. And again, just other ways to get the ball in our playmakers' hands.
Thoughts on the Vikings?
I mean, what more could you want, you know? 14-win teams can't even win the division yet. It's gonna be really fun. I think the game's officially flexed to the night game, I would imagine. So it's gonna be really, really fun. It's gonna be a rocking crowd at home, and that crowd's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be pretty cool.
How big is a boost to that when you see Kerby come up with those 2 picks? You guys take the field, score touchdowns after both of them.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it going into this game where, you know, we want to protect the ball on offense, run the football, score the touchdowns when we can, and then on defense we need to get turnovers. Everybody knows the stat on turnovers. The percentage of winning the game goes up exponentially, and our defense has been doing a really, really good job of getting turnovers all year.
You scored in the first 5 possessions of the second half. What was the biggest key that got you rolling there?
I mean, we just knew that it could be one of those games where we just have to score a bunch of points, and the offense has to kind of have the big load on the as far as the game plan is going to be concerned. So we basically just went out there, executed, tried to stay ahead of the sticks, and then if we ever got behind, and we know we're going to have to make up some ground and get some extra yards on some plays, and you know, Jared and our receivers did a really good job.
I know it's in the rearview mirror now, but how nice was it for you to win the game here after what happened last year?
I mean, I don't think last year really had a lot of bearing on how we were going to come into this game this year. Ultimately, what it was for us is let's continue to go out there and win games and continue to set a franchise record for wins because it's just different. It's a different year. You know, obviously there's going to be that bad taste in your mouth, but you know, I think the excitement for this game was let's go and continue to try to get that 1 seed for ourselves.
You know, got to keep limiting points on the board, like AG talks about, but it felt good to get on the board.
What's the message in the locker room? You know, kind of had to start like the Buffalo game. You know, you couldn't get the stop you needed early. You guys came up big in the second half. You turned it around in the second half. What was AG's message at half?
We need to do what we do best. We need to execute. We were giving them a lot of plays in the first half, and when we're on and we're rolling, it's really hard to stop that defensive scheme. So we had to get back to what we do best. Yeah, appreciate it.
What's it mean to get a win like this when it was tough in the first half, but you're able to fight back and get it done?
They had the song on before, you know, that get back. I know January of earlier this year, you know, they took that opportunity to get to the Super Bowl away from us. So it felt really good to come in here. You know, I played this team because coming from Seattle, I played this team 10 times in my career, so it felt good to beat them.
Final thing, what's it mean to go into this week now? You know, you got that big game coming up on Sunday night, everything on the line.
Yeah. Number 1 seed on the line, division on the line. It's everything you ask for as a player. We're ready for the opportunity at home.